Good morning, groovy citizens, and happy, satisfying Saturday. So, you guys, right now it is 78 degrees. It's early because I haven't done a video this early in a long time, but I'm doing this video now because I actually have a meeting that I need to get to in about 35 minutes. So, I'm kind of pressed for time, but we're going to get it done. And I need to stop and get me some breakfast on the way so I can take my medicine. But you guys, happy Saturday. I hope you all have an amazing day. Whatever you do, as I'm going to repeat in the end, do it safely. Have an amazing day on purpose. Guess why? Because you are amazing. And tell yourself this, that today is going to be a great day no matter what. Now, let's jump into today's topic. Today, before I do that, I want y'all to see my shirt. Hold on. See, can you all see that? Y'all, I'm loving my shirt. It says Under the Western Sky. I love this shirt. Now, today's topic is about how to make peace with your past. So if you can't get over what happened to you in the past, you can't create great things in your future. So here are some ways that you can make peace with your past. I have 10 things to share with you, and I promise I'll let you be. Number one, I said forgive yourself. When someone hurts us, we oftentimes want to blame ourselves, even though we know it's not our fault. We have to forgive ourselves and understand that it really isn't your fault. When I say forgive yourself, I'm talking about that man or that woman, they left you. They broke up with you. That person touched you inappropriately. That's not your fault. That is their fault, and God will deal with them on that. But you've got to forgive yourself. Stop blaming yourself for the things that other people have done to you. That's out of sheer ignorance on their part. It has nothing to do with you. You did not cause it. Some folks may say, well, they wouldn't have touched you if you hadn't been dressing this way or that way. Honey, let me tell you something. You have the right to dress any way you choose to, but people do not have a right to violate you. So don't ever let anybody make you think that it's something that you did. If that man or that woman left you, they left you because they chose to. It's not your fault. And guess what? You're probably better off without them anyway. Number two, see your past as a lesson learned. So all of the mistakes you make are really lessons that you learn so you don't make the same mistakes again. Stop living in your past and move on. Whatever mistakes you've made, big, small, or indifferent, I need you to let it go and move on. You say, okay, Lord, I learned my lesson. I won't do that again. I won't go to that place again. And then you move on. But don't let that thing continue to ride your back, because your back is only but so strong. And when you find yourself all hunched over like this, that's because you're carrying too much stuff on your shoulders. Let that stuff go and move on. Because guess what? Here's the thing. Holding that grudge or holding on to your past, it's not going to change it. You can't go back and change what you did. So let it go and move on. Number three, forgive the person that hurt you. Now, I heard you. Somebody in the back of the room, you said, I know she a lie. She is a lie from the pit of hell. I'm not forgiving them. Why should I do that? Let me tell you why. Because the longer you hold a grudge against the person or the people that hurt you, the longer you'll allow your past to have control over you. The fact that you're holding your grudge says you haven't gotten over it. Let me tell you something. What you will not do is live rent-free up in this cranium right here, okay? Or in my heart. I'm not allowing it. Yes, what you did was wrong. It was hurtful. I didn't like it, but I've decided I am no longer going to hold grudges. I let stuff go. You know why? Because God can take care of you or that person far better than I ever could. So I wash my hands of it and I let it go and say, all right, Lord, I'm allowing you to deal with it. The problem is too often we're trying to do God's job, and he didn't ask you to do that. He doesn't need you to do his job. He does it very well. But I digress. Let those grudges go. I've been down that road, excuse me, where a guy I was dating told me that he met somebody else that was better than me in every way possible. I can't begin to tell you how hurtful that was. I cannot begin to tell you how much that hurt me, mind, body, and spirit. But at the end of the day, what I realized is that person wasn't the right one for me anyway. And yes, I held a grudge for about 3, 4 years. And finally, one day I woke up and I said, you know what, Lord, I'm tired of being tired of thinking about this fool and then getting mad all over again. So I said, that's it, Michelle, let it go. And when I did, immediately I felt the weight of the world just leave my shoulders. I felt so much lighter because I wasn't carrying around that anger, that hatred for that individual. I said, Lord, I forgive him, not for him, but for me. I'm forgiving him so that I can move on with my life. because I deserve that. I didn't deserve what he did, but I deserve to live a happy life. And it's certainly, he was not the one that I needed to live it with. Because here's the thing. Remember, I told you all, people come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And when you try to keep those seasonal people in your life for a lifetime, honey, that's where you mess up. But on that note, I'm going to move on. Number 4, stop feeling guilty. You don't have any reason to feel guilty for what happened to you. Let me say this, no matter what happened to you in life, don't you dare walk around feeling guilty. You don't need to take on other people's issues and problems. And some of y'all are walking around here and you feel guilty because of what somebody said to you, what they did to you, how they made you feel. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That is their problem, theirs alone. Again, forgive them and say, Lord, I'm putting them in your hands, because God can deal with people far better than you and I ever could. Number 5, focus on what you have. Focus on the good people that love you and care about you, and not the ones that left you and or hurt you. You know, too often we get so caught up with our past that we miss the blessings that are right here in front of us. Okay, so that man or that woman in your past hurt you, but you got good people in your life right now. You got a good woman in your life right now. You have a good man in your life right now, but you can't fully appreciate them because you're so hung up on this grudge that you have for that person in the past. Honey, let that mess go. Like I said, appreciate the people that you have in your life right now. I'm appreciative of the people that I have in my life. I don't know about you. I can't worry about the duds of the past. That's in the past. And what does Medea tell us? Like your big ass, your past is behind you. Honey, you better let that stuff stay in the past. Number 6, always be true to yourself. You have to be honest with yourself about your feelings. If you truly want to make peace with your past, living in denial and avoiding the situation will only make things worse. You know, too often in life, we like to live in denial. We like to pretend that that thing didn't happen, or that person didn't say this, or they didn't do that, or they didn't do the other. Honey, let me tell you something. Living in denial only makes life worse for you. It's okay to own whatever happened. Own it. Accept it. Ask God to forgive them. Ask him to allow you to free yourself, and then move on with your life. But you've got to be honest with yourself. It's all right to be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I haven't been the best partner in the past. Or, you know, you can be honest with yourself and say, yes, that person hurt me. Because when you try to live in denial and be like, oh, child, please, that didn't bother me. Yes, it did. It did. You don't want to admit it, but it did bother you. It did hurt you, and it's all right to admit that. But don't live in denial and stop running from your feelings. You know, I almost said his name. Lord have mercy. Watch it. Bishop Eddie Long. May God rest his soul. One time he said, you all have got to stop running. Stop running. Turn around and face whatever that thing is that's chasing you. So you face that fear. Face that opposition. Face that disappointment. Face whatever that thing is. But by all means, stop running from it. Number 7, you have to believe. You need to believe that the best is yet to come. You must believe that good things will happen to you and move forward. Honey, let me tell you something. I believe. I believe because I know God. I know God for myself. I know that God can make a way out of no way. God can take a homeless man living in his car, or a homeless woman living in her car, and make them millionaires. And we have so many examples of that right now, of people that will tell you, look, I was living in my car. Steve Harvey, he always comes to my mind when I mention that. But he tells you he was living in his car. He would fish, and he had a grill, one of those little portable grills, and some charcoal in the trunk of his car, and he would go fishing, and that's how he ate. He had to wash up at rest stops because he was homeless. But look at him now. Look at him now. That goes to show you that if you believe in yourself and your ability to be able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that you can ask or think, believing that God is going to do those things for you, honey, the sky is the limit. A lot of times we don't have because we don't believe we can have. And that's sad. But you've got to believe and know that good things are coming. Believe that the best is yet to come. And don't stop believing until you see it. It doesn't matter if you have to wait another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Keep believing and never give up. Number 8, know that it's okay to vent. So venting to the right people will always help you free your mind. Now, I want you to understand that the operative word there is the right people. I didn't say go out here just venting to everybody, because you can't do that. You cannot vent to everybody. First of all, a lot of the people that you all are venting to don't care about your problem. Most of them, and the rest of them are glad it's happening to you and not to them anyway. So you've got to make sure that as you're venting to the right people. Everybody doesn't need to know your business. I'm thankful that I have a small circle of people that I know I can vent to, because what I share with them is going to stay with them, as just like what they share with me stays with me. And I'm not running out here telling everybody their business, because I don't need to do that. Just like I know they're not doing that for me. So you've got to be careful about who you vent to. But you should have somebody that you can vent to. Number 9, let it go. Holding on to your past will only make you feel empty. Let go of those hurtful memories or negative memories and move on. Holding on to them will only make you feel trapped. Honey, you've got to let it go. What is, oh God, I can't think of the name of this artist. Watch, it's going to come to me later. But what does his song say? I think I better let it go. Looks like another love, TKO. Y'all know who I'm talking about. It's going to come to me. Oh God, it'll come to me, because it's not coming to me at the moment. But I'm telling you, you got to let it go. Let go of the people that didn't believe in you or don't believe in you. Let go of the people that left you. Let go of the people that didn't truly care about you. Let go of the people that at the first sign of a problem, they wanted to cut you loose. Let them go. Again, those are seasonal people. Let that mess go and move on. Anything that happened from yesterday on back, honey, is the past. I can't do anything about that. All I can do is learn from it and move on. But I promise you, I have let it go, because I know that God has a lot in store for Michelle, and I want what God has for me, and I can't get that if I'm continuing to live in the past. Last but not least, number 10, love yourself. You guys, you have to love yourself. So when someone you love no longer loves you, you have to love yourself. Self-love is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. I can't stress that enough. If nobody else loves you, which I'm pretty sure there are people that love you, because guess what? I know that God loves you. I know that he loves me. You better love yourself. See, that's the beauty of life. I don't need other people to love me, because I love me. I love me enough for all of us, okay? And I'm not going to allow people that choose not to support me to keep me from loving myself. No, we're not doing that. As country folks like to say, we're not finna do that. I'm going to love me no matter what. I'm going to love me when I do right. I'm going to love me when I do wrong. I'm going to love me when I don't always, because I don't always say the right things, and I don't always do the right things, but I still love me. I love me in spite of me, just like God loves me, and he loves you as well. Just think about it, and I'm going to let you be. God tapped us all. If you're watching this video, God tapped you on the shoulder and said, all right, come on. I got stuff for you to do. Get up. It's time to go. And where I was going with that was, I love the fact that God says, excuse me, I love you enough to give you new blessings and new mercies every day. Every single day. He doesn't say, okay, for this week you have X number of blessings and mercies, and if you run through them, they're going to be gone. No, God gives us those things every single day. And what you do with them is up to you. But he loves us enough, like I said, to give us blessings and mercies every day, even when we don't deserve it. That's true love. See, because man won't do that. Man will kick you to the curb just like that, but not God. He's hanging in there. Even when you're doing wrong, he's hanging in there. He's right there with you. He says, all right, now this child's doing wrong, but I'm not going to leave her out there by herself. I'm standing right here with her. I'm not going to let her go. I'm not going to forsake her. And I'm not going to give up on her. God does not give up on us, so I want you not to give up on you. But by all means, I need you to love yourself. Stop sitting back being one of those people that you feel like you have to wait for other people to love you so you can love yourself. Honey, love yourself no matter what. Like I said, it doesn't matter whether you love me, because I love me. Y'all, that's it. That's my time, because I got to get on down the road. But I just want to say again, it's time for you to let your past go. God has great things in store for you, but if you don't let go of the past, you can't get to the future. So, having said that, if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy your day to the fullest. Have an amazing day on purpose. Whatever you do, do it safely. Be safe in your comings and your goings. And know that God loves you and I love you. So let that past go. Greater things are coming. Let the past go and become all that God has called you to be. Until Monday when we talk again, take care.